Hey gaming fans, so today's another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile, and this one is for the Common Charity format. Now again, I've done a few of these videos already. This format isn't quite official yet, but you know, there was some information passed around. So, you know, I'm just assuming that you play by the regular ban list, but you're only allowed to use common cards. So this deck, you can pretty much make it up using the structure deck, the Spirit Charmer structure deck. So there's a lot of great commons in there. So anyways, let's get to the build. So we're playing one of each of the familiar possessed monsters. So I have one dark, earth, fire, water, wind. So these all kind of do the same thing. You can special summon them by using one of the wind charmers and another monster, but we're not playing those cards in here. We're really just playing these guys in here because of their beat sticks. They're 1850 and they coincide with the continuous spell that's in the deck. So we have one of each of those. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to have 3 of the Fairy Tale Sleepers. So again, I believe these are all in the same structure deck. So these are all Spellcasters. And then when you flip these guys up, you get to special summon a monster from your hand, which is pretty cool. You know, you don't have to worry about tributes and all that stuff, plus getting an extra monster on the board. Unfortunately, his defense is only 1,000, but, you know, hopefully you can have him survive one turn. And then, when your opponent activates a normal spell or trap card, quick effect, you contribute one other monster. The activated effect becomes change one face-up monster your opponent controls, which would be you in this case, face down. So it pretty much changes the spell or trap to say that, which is pretty cool. Again, 1850 attack, which is also important. Then we're playing 3 of the Fairy Tale Lunas. This one's a really neat effect. When this card is normal summon, you can add 1 Spellcaster monster with 1850 attack from your deck to your hand. So almost every single monster in this deck. And then once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, and your opponent can send 1 card with that monster's name from their deck or extra deck to the graveyard to negate this effect. If not, you bounce this card and the other card to the hand. So if they only play 1 copy of that monster, it's going to be in their hand. So really cool. Plus you get to bounce him back to your hand, or her, I should say, and then replay her. So really cool. Then we're playing 3 Fairy Tale Rella? Is that what it is? Neither player could target monsters on the field with spell cards or effects except this one. So you have to be careful with this one. And then once per turn, you could discard 1 spell card to equip an equipped spell from your hand, deck, or graveyard to this card. But return that equipped spell card to your hand during the end phase. So basically, we're going to utilize that effect by having some good equipped cards that will work in this build. Then I put 3 of the Witchcrafter Golem. Aruru. She also is in, I believe, in the same structure deck. I think all these cards are from the Spirit Charmer structure deck. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a Spellcaster monster you control or targets it for an attack, you can target 1 card your opponent controls or 1 Witchcrafter spell, which we don't play in this deck, and special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, return the targeted card to the owner's hand. So really cool. It's a 2800 beat stick that just ends up on the field. Really nice card. Then for the spells, we have 3 of the Awakening Possessed, which is going to benefit you with your 1800 or your 1850 monsters, plus your other different attribute monsters, because monsters you control gain 300 attack for each different attribute you control. And then Charmer and Familiar Possessed monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, which is nice. And if a Spellcaster monster with 1850 original attack is normal or special summoned to your field, you get to draw 1 card. You can only use the effect once per turn. So really, you're going to open up with this, hopefully open up with 1 of your 1850s, and then you're going to get yourself whatever card you need. You're probably going to go for this guy, the Rilla, because you're going to want to get that equipped spell, which I'll show you after. So I put in 3 of the Spell Book of Knowledge. This one just, you either send a spell book card from your hand or a spellcaster on the field to draw 2 cards. So very simple effect, get some cards. And I just put in 2 Spell Book of Power. Basically you give your monster 1800 attack, or sorry, 1000 attack, and they can attack, and then if they do damage or destroy a monster by battle, you get to add a spellbook card. So you'd grab your Spellbook of Knowledge just for the draw power. Then I put in Wonder Wand, because I said we're going to be using some equips in this deck. So Wonder Wand's a good spell you can grab with your Rella, your Fairy Tale Rella. So you can grab your Wonder Wand, which will increase its attack by 500. And you can also send this card and the monster to the graveyard to draw 2 cards. So more card drawing. Monster Reborn, just because it's a, you know, decent card. 3 Secret Village of the Spellcasters. Here's where you're going to try and shut down your opponent. If they're not playing Spellcasters, you get this out and they're going to no longer be able to play any spells. So that's really cool. In fact, if you really want to spice this deck up, you could add in 2 or 3 Royal Decrees. I was trying to come up with you know, some cards to pull out of this build to add these in, so that way you can shut down spells and traps, but I mean, it's up to your build. And then Terraforming, so just to grab your Secret Village of the Spellcaster. Here's the other equips where we play. 1 Broken Bamboo Sword and 3 Cursed Bamboo Swords. So this is obviously running off the Bamboo engine, so you could probably grab your Cursed Bamboo Sword or your Bamboo Sword, whatever you need, the Broken Bamboo. This one, it just gives a monster 0 attack. Then you can target another Bamboo Sword you control, return it to your hand, and if you do, the equipped monster can attack your opponent directly this turn. You can only use the effect of Cursed Bamboo Sword once per turn. And then if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Bamboo Sword from your deck to your hand. So, I mean, they work well together because we're going to be playing 2 Soul Devouring Bamboo Swords. So this is a continuous spell that you select 1 monster equipped with a Bamboo Sword equip card. If it inflicts battle damage to your opponent while equipped with a Bamboo Sword card, they skip their next draw phase. And then you destroy it during your second standby phase, which is fine because your Cursed Bamboo Sword allows you to bounce a bamboo card to your hand, so you can just replay it next turn. And of course, the final of the Bamboo Swords, we got the Golden Bamboo Sword, which allows you to draw 2 cards as long as you have a Bamboo Sword equipped spell. So you have to have either your Cursed Bamboo Sword or your Broken Bamboo Sword, whichever one you have, which I said you can grab easily with your Rilla, which you can search out if you have your Awakening of the Possessed. So there's a lot of different, what is it, that one? No, sorry, not the Awakening of the Possessed, it's the other one. If you normal summoned him, Luna, you get to grab your Rilla, and then you can next turn grab your Bamboo Sword. So it just grabs everything that you need. So that's pretty much the build. I was just thinking about it because I was looking at this deck and I'm like, wow, this is like mostly common. And pretty much everything you need is common in this deck. So like I said, you could probably build this just by grabbing the 3 Spirit Charmer decks. There was a few cards I had to add in, but other than that, and like I said, to really add some spice, try and add in some Royal Decrees. It's just a case of finding some space for them. Anyways, hope you like the build. Let me know what you think. Throw some comments down below. I always like to hear what you have to say. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.